Hello, hello! Pizza Packs here, and we're back with our second pre-release kit from Core Set 2019, aka M19. The original pre-release dates for these were July 7th through July 9th, 2018. So a little over 5 years ago. And it's nothing quite like limited or even draft for a core set. A lot of people think it's a little boring. I think it shows strong fundamentals. So, let's see. Hey, we got a green one this time. Very nice. Add to our collection. Let's see what we got. All right. We have Palladia Moors, the Ruiner. It's the Naya dragon for our promo. It has Flying Vigilance Trample. It has Hexproof if it hasn't dealt damage yet. It's a 6/6 for 6. So we may even end up trying to play that. Naya is not unreasonable to play in a core set sealed. Because generally you're almost always going to be 2 colors anyway, and it's not uncommon to splash a third. Let's see what we get. Pack 1. Scholar of Stars. Tormenting Voice. Dwarven Priest is a very good card and sealed for this set. Bristling Boar is also very good. Hired Blade. Starcrowned Stag. Very disruptive creature. Essence Scatter. Nice. Essence Scatter is one of the few counter spells I would consider playing in sealed. Strangling Spores. Crash Through. Vine Mare. Very nice. This is one of the better one of the mare cycle in this set. The elemental horses. So for 2 green, you get a 5/3 hexproof. Can't be blocked by black creatures card. And we get a lightning mare to go with it, which can't be countered. It's that one goes as blue cards. We get Skyrider Patrol. Oh, forgot how good this card was. Skyrider Patrol is very strong. 2 green-blue for a 2/3 flyer. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay green-blue. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature you control, and that creature gains flying until end of turn. Okay, we're probably playing white. Resplendent Angel, one of the best cards in the set, even now. But it's for 1 white, you get a 3/3 Flying Angel. Beginning of each end step, if you gained 5 or more life this turn, create a 4/4 white Angel creature token with Flying and Vigilance. 3 white until end of turn. Resplendent Angel gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink. Very, very, very strong card. And we get a foil Luminous Bonds to go with it. So we're almost definitely playing white. And a Tranquil Expanse. We might actually get to play the Palladia Moors and a zombie token. I could see going Naya, flyers with this. It's actually a fairly strong strategy. Catalyst Elemental. It plays into getting Palladia Moors out faster. Rustwing Falcon. It's a 1/2 flyer for 1. Strong. At least in this format. Active Treason, nice. Elvish Rejuvenator, that's the kind of thing we want to see, especially if we're going for that. Cobb Waltz, a 2nd Strangling Spores. Marauder's Axe, one of the all-star equipments in the set. Shock, good. Totally Lost. Arcane Encyclopedia. This doesn't seem like much, but this is actually a really strong card in M19 sealed. It's a 3-mana artifact that you can pay 3 and tap to draw a card. You get a 2nd Vine Mare. and a Satyr Enchanter. Very nice. Along with a Gen of Wishes. We got one of those in our last set. The Stone Quarry. We're getting the fixing. So we may be going big flyers. I like this. Alright, pack 3. Trumpet Blast. Revitalize. Doesn't seem like much, but it's actually a pretty solid card. Especially if life gain matters. Frilled Sea Serpent. Good finisher in blue. Lava Axe. Nice. Close things out. Bog Stomper. Greenwood Sentinel. Explosive Apparatus. Neat piece of removal that can go in pretty much anything. A second shock. Yes, Starkground Stag number 2. Thud. Thud is one of those funny ones. It's like Fling, but it's as a sorcery. But really good for just forcing things through. Diamond Mare. Very nice. When it enters the battlefield, choose a color. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen color, you gain a life. It's colorless. Mirror Image. Okay. That's a very strong one, too. Then we have Death Baron. Nice. And we got a foil Valiant Knight. Or Valiant Knight. So this is very similar to our sealed pool last go around, but just strictly better. Foul Orchard and a Knight token. The mirror image is really tempting. Especially with the Resplendent Angel. Scholar of Stars. Tormenting Voice. Dwarven Priest. It's a second Dwarven Priest along with a Resplendent Angel, which is just fantastic. Cancel. Infectious Horror. Oaken Form, one of the better enchantments in the set. Explosive Apparatus number 2. Shock number 3. Starkrown Stag number 3. Totally Lost. Skilled Animator. This is actually a really strong card, too. Murder! Colossal Majesty. Spit Flame. One of the premium pieces of removal in the set. This really pushes us towards playing Naya, but it's 2 in a red, instant, deals 4 damage to target creature. Whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay red. If you do, return it from your graveyard to your hand. Not many dragons in the set, but there are some repeatable ways to make dragons. Island, and an angel token to go along with our Resplendent Angel. Alright, pack 5. This is going to be a tough one. Divination. Reason number 2, Daybreak Chaplain. Go along with our life gain theme. Greenwood Sentinel number 2, Mind Rot. Root Snare. Abnormal Endurance. Bogart Brute. Invoke the Divine. Great one. Go along with our Resplendent Angel. Pegasus Courser, one of the best commons in the set, especially in white. Ravenous Harpy. Really strong sack outlet. Psychic Symbiont. Okay. Militia Bugler. Nice. Sigiled Sword of Valeron. Wow. This, along with the Valiant Knight, is a pretty busted combo. So, planes and an Ox token. Huh. Well, our black is mediocre, to say the least. Which is funny, I normally really like black. Like, we got Mind Rot, we've got Murder. Death Baron's okay, but we don't have any skeletons or zombies to go along with it. We got 2 Strangling Spores, which is mediocre. Cobwaltz. So unfortunately, we will have to bend black at the beginning. The blue is very interesting. Like I know I have a tendency towards blue anyway, but like the frilled sea serpent and the mirror image together are very, very interesting, and the skilled animator is actually really strong too. Especially with how many artifacts we got. We got two explosive apparatus, and the diamond mare, both of which are very strong. We got the sigiled sword, which is very strong, and the marauder's axe, which is very strong. Let's look at our red. So we got Bogart Brute, which is good. Active Treason's okay. Spit Flame is amazing. Shock is solid. Tormenting Voice is okay. Thud is solid. Shock. Lava Axe. Trumpet Blast, probably not where we're looking to be this time around. Shock. Second Active Treason. We did get the Catalyst Elemental, which is interesting. We do have a Crash Through and another Tormenting Voice. How many Tormenting Voices do we have? We ended up with 2. That could actually help us get to some of our combo pieces. Well, not combo pieces, but some of the pieces that we're looking to play very quickly. Almost certainly not playing Symbiont. Satyr Enchanter is interesting. I don't know how many enchantments we have. Skyrider Patrol is also an option if we do end up going blue, because we have a Tranquil Expanse to help us splash. Probably not playing the Foul Orchard. We also have this Paladina Mons, which is a dragon, which goes along with our Spitfire, or Spit Flame, rather. And we have all the right land fixing to go along with it. So I think we're going to go Rule of Cool here. Although blue-white is probably the better build. And say Naya probably makes it for the other pieces. So those are filler. We're going to pass on those. Catalyst Elemental is interesting because it helps us ramp. I see arguments for playing the Shocks, but we definitely want to play the Lava Axe and Spit Flame and the Bogart Brute. Thud is also one that you can argue for. Along with the Tormenting Voice. If we played blue, what would we want? We'd want the Skilled Animator, because it's just so good. Totally Lost is a maybe, Cancel is a maybe. Absolutely would want the Mirror Image. Frilled Serpent and Djinn. 2 Scholars, again. 2 Scholars and 2 Scholar of Stars, 2 Totally Lost, again, along with the Divination. It was nice. We're probably not playing blue. Unless... That's so good. I don't... Let's see, do we have... We don't have really any major enchantments that we want. Alright, Root Snare is a nice combat trick, but generally too cute. Colossal Majesty if we're playing the big stuff. Vine Mare, so good. We got 2 of them. Bristling Boar is good if we're playing the Colossal Majesty. Token Form is a maybe. Greenwood Sentinels we can pass on for now. Actually, those are elves. And that doesn't matter. The Elf Lord was in the other pack. Probably the 2 Tormenting Voices. Bogart Brute. It's a lot of red for a splash. don't think we need the shocks and thuds, but shocks and thud. Get over to the side. Got 2 fixing lands. Absolutely playing the sword. Explosive apparatuses, or apparati, or maybes. Definitely playing the axe. Definitely playing the diamond mare. Maybe playing the encyclopedia. We could almost play burn. This is the funny thing. Let's see. Blind mares are double cost, but they're hexproof. 5 3s for 4. Huh. Maybes. Pass on the Oaken form for now. Well, no. This is hard. This is a really hard sealed pool. Okay. So Catalyst is like a little battery that sits in play. We're going to put the blue off to the side as a maybe for our alternative. Definitely playing Militia Bugler. Definitely playing Courser, because it goes with everything. Invoke is like definitely sideboard. Chaplain is very good for trying to gain life. Star-Crowned Stag, very strong on its own. Dwarven Priest, we almost have to play along with these things. And we don't have to, but it's very strong. Valiant Knight is too good not to play. Revitalize is a maybe. Rustwing Falcon is very good for us. Luminous Bonds is a maybe. Almost a definitely. Splendid Angel, we're absolutely playing. We've got 3 stags and 2 dwarven priests. That's interesting. The weird thing is we're like sort of light on creatures. But all of our creatures are like 4 drops. Like, we're absolutely playing the Valiant Knight. Okay. We're absolutely playing the Diamond Mare. The Sigiled Sword we can treat like a creature, because it makes creatures. Okay, where does that put us? Puts us in a very weird spot. So we've got all these 4 drops. Could potentially play the Palladium War as the Ruiner. Just as a top end, regardless of the other stuff that we play. Play that. That. There really is a passable argument for either playing blue-white and just going from there, or going with the 3-color. A blue-white would likely be more consistent, but I know that's not a terribly good argument, but that's what it is. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 creatures. We really want at least 12. What if... See, even the Bogart Brute is a 3-drop. It feels like all of our stuff is 3 and 4 drops. But we can also accelerate with the Catalyst Elemental. We can accelerate once with the Catalyst Elemental. Okay. I think 2 Starcrowned Stags is enough. So that's 12 creatures. But it's 12 really powerful. Well, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 creatures, actually. So that's actually not bad. That would give us space for 10 spells. We do have these Vine Mares, though, which are just so strong. But they are double green. And we can almost just not go into green if we really want to. Like, we could realistically skip green entirely and just go white-red and have, the Tranquil Expanse and maybe another forest to cast the Paladina Mons. Because what if we go like that? We could potentially play the inside. Okay, so if we drop green, minus the 1 splash and maybe the Rejuvenator, where does that put us for red? Don't necessarily have to play those. Do have to play the Luminous Bonds, because it's too good not to play. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 cards. Gives us space for 6 more spells. Got our Spit Flame. Got our 2 Tormenting Voices. Lava. Run 2 Shocks. Then Elvish Rejuvenator is kind of a liability, because we're probably not going to be able to cast it most of the time. So we can swap that out for either a Bogart Brute or another Shock, or even a Thud. That's the Shock. Where does that put us? That's a 5-drop. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 15, 18, 21, 23. That's exactly where we want to be normally. And then potentially swap those out as we want. Alternatively, so this one I think we're kind of stuck in two different places. Either we do Rule of Cool and play the Paladina Mons and the burn package, or we go with the more control-y blue package, which is also very much an option. Like if we go the blue package, we lose a lot of removal. But we end up with permission. Oh, there's a whole nother. What the hell am I doing? There's a whole nother pack. I forgot to open the last pack. See, this actually happens to me unsealed fairly often. Hey, we got a Johnny emblem in Forest. Well, we got a second lava axe, so that is a whole thing. Knight of the Tusk. Well, that's another knight to go along with our other stuff. Earsmith Prodigy is nice with the artifacts. Greenwood Sentinel, we wouldn't play. Two-headed giant, or two-headed zombie rather, doesn't really do much for us. Gallant Cavalry, that's a solid one. Sky Scanner, very strong. Okay, so we're gonna push the blue over here. Sky Scanner, very strong. Scavenger of Secrets, or Salvager of Secrets rather, very strong as well. Sovereign's Bite is okay. The second Brute, which is interesting. Got the Ethershield Artificer, second Thud. Gargoyle Sentinel, no, that's actually not bad. And then Open the Graves. This is pretty good. No, we're not playing black. We already identified that. But we did just like kind of power up what we already had. Let's see, we could consider playing the Aethershield Artificer now that we have multiple artifact creatures that we're considering. Drop one of the shocks. We got a second Thud, which is kind of cool, but also not necessarily where we want to be. The Knight of the Tusk is fantastic, along with our other stuff. And Gargoyle Sentinel is actually really strong. Let's see. We're at 5, 10, 18, 22, 26. So we need to make 3 cuts. Is that right? 10, 18, 22, 26, yeah. I think we can drop... We drop 3 cards, I think. 18, 22, 26, yeah. Knight of the Tusk is really good. It's just really hard to deal with. I think we can actually drop a Star-Crowned Stag, lighten up our top end a little bit. Aethershield Artificer is actually really interesting. Sigiled Sword, Resplendent Angel, Courser, Bugler. Axe is great. We can drop one of the voices. And one explosive apparatus, I think. Yeah, explosive apparatus is pretty much the same as shock. It is nice that I can go to the dome. Actually, Spit Flame is really good. Gallant Cavalry is 2 creatures in 1, and they're both knights. How much burn do we actually have? So we got 18. We've got 18 points of burn. If we just sit back, that's kind of funny. Alright, let's kind of, we got 9, 12, 16, 24. We need one more cut. Oh, that's too funny. We have 18 points of burn here. I guess it's fine to drop a shock. Because, like, ideally we want to be using all of our mana every turn with this. Or we could drop Knight of the Tusk. You know, we drop Knight of the Tusk because it's top end that we don't necessarily need. Go 17 lands. And here we are. Can't believe I completely missed a pack, and we got some bangers in that pack too. Like Sky Scanner. Sky Scanner is so good. It doesn't look like much, but it is always a great card in Sealed. It's good in Draft too, because you can suit it up with all kinds of stuff. Like you can put the sword on it, you can put the axe on it. How many creatures do we end up having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 creatures. I mean, that's fine. It's a little low. We've got so much removal. And a lot of our creatures make creatures. I think we'll be fine here. In all honesty, like, we could drop the Paladina or Palladia Moors and go with something more reasonable like the Knight of the Tusk, or even the Aethershield Artificer. Probably the Tormenting Voice is correct, though. Or the 2 Bogart. Oh, hold on. We got 2 Bogart Brutes. Does that change our calculus any? Bogart Brute with an axe on it is really strong. The Sigiled Sword does not make it bigger on the butt. Yeah, I mean, it's effectively got evasion. You may want to consider swapping in the Bogart Brute. Like, you're not playing Palladia. Playing the Bogart Brutes makes sense. But the rule of cool. You gotta play the foil mythic. Like, you gotta do it. So I think this is where I would end up personally. Probably sacrificing a bit of consistency to play the Palladia. But that is a sacrifice that I'm willing to make in this instance, just because, come on, who doesn't want to play an Elder Dragon? And it procs your Spit Flame. And if you hit your lands right, you go turn 1 Tranquil Expanse, turn 2 Diamond Mare or Daybreak Chaplain, or your Stone Quarry if you're in Magical Christmas Land. Turn 3 a basic and Catalyst Elemental, turn 4 a land Palladia Moors. Like, you could potentially play it on 4, but that's also Magic Christmas Land, so. Alright. I think that's enough. This, You could even consider dropping like one of the lava axes for more creatures, but I think this is a good place to be. 2 explosive apparatus, 2 shock, Rustwing Falcon, Tormenting Voice, Marauder's Axe, Diamond Mare, Daybreak Chaplain, Sky Scanner, Spit Flame, Luminous Bonds, Catalyst Elemental, Sigiled Sword of Valoron, which is just so strong. Resplendent Angel. Wow, we got at least 2 mythics. Pegasus Courser, Militia Bugler, Gallant Cavalry, Star-Crowned Stag, Valiant Knight, Lava Axe, Paladina Moors, Stone Quarry, Tranquil Expanse, and then fill in with basics, which you can do the math on those pretty reasonably. So, all right. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I love doing these pre-release kit videos. It's a lot of fun. It's good practice in my mind. And it makes me look at some older sets that I haven't thought about in a while. So I'm really having a good time with these. So yeah. As always, until next time, stay awesome, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.